Okay, Kirk McDowell, local Google rankings. This is, I think, video number 4, and we're on step 3 of our selling process. And step 3 is the conversation. So you've done some research, you've created an opening for the conversation, and now we're going to have the conversation. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So, first thing you want to do is make sure you know what the heck you're talking about. So, what does the customer sell? What do they sell? What do they sell? Don't assume anything. I had a situation recently where I had a client I was talking to for a few minutes about, they were movers, and then I realized I got off the phone and I wasn't clear if they were residential movers, if they were commercial movers, if they were local movers, if they were national movers, if they were international, movers, did they do trucking and freight and that kind of stuff. I wasn't clear about that. Silly. So make sure you don't make the same mistakes I do, okay? So make sure you know exactly what your customer is selling, exactly what they're selling. Don't leave that part of the conversation until you are crystal clear. My customer sells X, and you're 100% clear. Okay, great. That's number 1. Number 2, who's their preferred customer? If you've ever been in business, you know that some customers are more valuable than others. I don't mean as people or anything, but some customers just produce more profit and they're less maintenance, less trouble, just because maybe of a certain service they choose or the business that they're in, et cetera, et cetera. That's not a knock against anybody, it's just a fact of the matter. Some customers cost more to maintain, some customers are less profitable, some customers use up more of your time, okay? So who is your customer's preferred customer? What's the low-hanging fruit, okay? Because we're here, remember, we're not here to sell the service, we're here to make the biggest difference we possibly can for our business, for our customer, so that if you know exactly what they're selling and who their preferred customer is, then we'll devise a marketing campaign specifically for that, right? We want to give them the biggest bang for the buck. How many sales are currently coming in from the web? Okay, often it'll be none, but if they're doing a lot of business on the web and you don't know that, then you're off track with your customer. You're not really clear what they need and what they're doing. It will make a difference in how we approach the marketing aspect of it. So how much business is currently, or how many sales are currently coming in from the web? What's the average dollar amount of the sale? Okay, so if they're selling toothpicks, boxes of toothpicks, and they cost 37 cents each, it's a little bit different than if they sell used Mercedes of an average price of 16,000 each or 23,000 each or whatever it is, right? So you want to know exactly what your customer is selling, who their preferred customers are, and what's the average price per sale. That just really helps make sure that what we're offering is really going to work for them, because we understand the dynamics of how it is, what needs to happen for them to make money with our service. The last thing we want is for somebody to have our service and lose money on it. Okay, we just don't want that. So average cost of sale, average dollar amount of sale. If you have an appropriate rapport with the customer, it would be useful to know what the average profit is per sale. That may not be appropriate to ask. It might be appropriate to ask. If it's there and you have that kind of relationship, find out what the profit is. That'll even help us further tailor a marketing program just for them, so we make sure they're profitable on what we're doing for them. But it may not be appropriate, and if so, it's not a problem. Just get the average dollar per sale. And then make sure they're clear. What we're offering is to get their website up on the first page, get their website, not some website we're building, their website on the first page of Google in 60 days or less. It'll usually happen quicker than that, but that's our promise, 60 days or less. Okay, so that's the first part of step 3, which is the conversation. I'm going to close this video down and start another one.